Οι φετινές αλλαγές στους τεχνικούς κανονισμούς είναι οι μεγαλύτερες στην ιστορία του σπορ. Είχαμε την ευκαιρία να μιλήσουμε για τις κυριότερες από αυτές με τον επικεφαλής του τεχνικού τμήματος της Mercedes, Paddy Lowe. Ποια είναι η βασική φιλοσοφία των αλλαγών στους κανονισμούς?
The theme of these regulations is really efficiency. Efficiency both in the power unit, which is generating power from the fuel, and also in the aerodynamics. So in two aspects, the car is more efficient. Ultimately, that's about saving fuel. So these cars are by regulation restricted to 100 kilos of fuel for the race. Typically, last year with the V8s, a car would be using around 150 kilos of fuel for the race. So we have a reduction there of more than 30% fuel used during the race distance. And yet the cars are likely to be of a similar lap time.
Πλέον οι οδηγοί δεν χρειάζεται να πατάνε κάποιο κουμπί για να έχουν την επιπλέον όθηση της ηλεκτρικής ενέργειας.
Because this system is a lot more complicated. In fact, because of that, it becomes too complicated for the driver to manage all of the systems concerning the management of the energy. So, unlike with the KERS system last year, where the driver had to interact with the system, under the new rules, we're permitted to do everything automatically. So, the driver can select a configuration, and then the computer will manage all of the energy, both recovery and delivery.
Μέρος της οδηγικής πρόκλησης στη Φόρμουλα 1 είναι η ικανότητα οριακού φρεναρίσματος. Τα μονοθέσια δεν διαθέτουν σύστημα αντιμπλοκαρίσματος των φρένων και ως πέρυσι το κύκλωμα πέδησης ήταν μηχανικό. Φέτος η ηλεκτρονική παραμετροποίηση, brake-by-wire, ήταν επιβεβλημένη στον πίσω άξονα.
Because the amount of recovery through the rear axle is up to twice what it was with the previous KERS system, so we now can recover up to 120 kilowatts rather than 60 kilowatts. So this is 160 PS, in fact, huge amount of power through the rear axle. This would be too big an amount to leave alone. It would upset the brake balance of the car if this was not managed automatically. So again, under the regulations, we've been permitted a rear brake circuit which can be controlled by the computer.
Μεταβάλλεται η δύναμη που έχει ο οδηγός στη διάθεσή του.
There will be different amounts of energy delivered by the engine at different times, not always under the control of the driver. So for instance, we're storing energy that's recovered under braking, and then we deliver that to the car down the straight. If there's not enough energy recovered, then this deployment down the straight has to be halted at some point. So maybe 3/4 of the way down the straight, for instance, the energy delivery from the electric motor will be stopped, and then the car continues only with the power from the internal combustion engine.
Οι υπερτροφοδοτούμενοι κινητήρες έχουν βαλβίδα ανακούφισης απλά για λόγους ασφαλείας. Η πίεση του τούρμπο ελέγχεται από ένα μικρό ηλεκτροκινητήρα.
We have a turbocharger which consists of the turbine and the compressor, but the unusual part is that this shaft with the turbine and compressor also has another electric motor which is both generator and motor, and this can be used. It's spinning very fast, same speed as the turbocharger. It can be used either to deliver energy into the turbine, so this can solve drivability problems that you have with turbo lag. But actually more normally we're using it to take energy out of the exhaust. So for instance, down the straight, when the driver is on full power, we're recovering some of the heat from the exhaust as electrical energy through this motor, and then we take it out and replay it straight directly into the other electric motor connected to the crank.
Πώς μπορείτε να βοηθήσετε έναν οδηγό να εξοικονομήσει καύσιμο κατά τη διάρκεια του αγώνα?
The most obvious way to save fuel is to lift off the throttle at the end of the straight. We call this lift and coast. So just lifting before you hit the brakes, and that provides the biggest saving.
Πώς θα περάσει αύριο όλη αυτή η τεχνογνωσία που αποκτάτε στη Φόρμουλα 1 στα αυτοκίνητα παραγωγής της Mercedes?
The work that's been done on turbochargers is incredibly innovative, and we think that this will eventually pass down to road cars. The same with direct injection, which is applied on these engines. The same with all of the hybrid technology. This is all very relevant towards the future in mainstream automotive markets.